Uh, Working on this daggone app, man. Working on this app, yo. Working on this website, yo. Been working on this website for, oh my God, man. I've been working on that website the last 2 days hard, man. I've been working on that website the last 2 days hard. Pause. I thought it was I thought it was gonna be easier with this without having the code and stuff with this AI, but it's actually it's difficult too, man. There's a lot that goes into it, man. You said check out the Bay Area, okay? Salute. What's up, Gouch Malone? What's going on, man? Jimmy Fields, Tom Space, J.J. Jacobs, Chris McLaughlin, Roger Wood. What's cracking, man? Yeah, I'm just out here. Yeah, man. Whew. I tell you, man. Listen, I tell you, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it ain't been. It's been. Hey, everything's good though. Yeah. Um. So how you guys been doing? How's everybody been doing, man? How's everybody been doing, man? I'm almost there though. I'm almost there. I'm almost there as far as my website. I'm almost there. I mean, I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there, man. Almost there. It's like the final touches. The final touches. So frustrating though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. It is frustrating. Oh man, what a wild day. Nothing good though. Nothing good is easy. I mean, when you trying to you know basically divorce yourself from this bullshit. When you trying to divorce yourself from this bullshit, from YouTube and all these streaming platforms, you trying to make your own shit. It takes a while sometimes, you know. It takes a while. You said, "Yo, Oakland, I'm gonna do Oakland. Hold on, I just gotta send my notifications. I've been rushing, man. I ain't had a chance to do everything that I wanted to do, man. I ain't had a chance to do everything that I needed to do. Okay, I've been rushing. That was man. I've been working on it. I've been working on that stuff nonstop, man. I was just like, you know what? Let me just let me just go ahead and go live again, man, because keep the people abreast of what's going on. Keep the people abreast of what's going on. You know, abreast. It's so much stuff, man, that goes into this. But you know what? It should be a lot that goes into it. It should be a lot that goes into it. This is a big undertaking I'm doing. This is a big undertaking. This is a big undertaking.
We will have our day in court. And that's how proud I am. That's how I feel right now. We will have our day in court. And that's how proud I am. That's how I feel right now.
That is Charlotte community activist Cedric Dean during a 2022 interview with Queen City News about his lawsuit over city council redistricting. Tonight, Dean's the focus of a different legal case. FBI agents raided his home in an investigation into allegations of healthcare fraud. Thanks for joining us at 10 tonight. I'm Brian Blakely. We have federal court documents accusing Dean and his company of fraudulently billing Medicaid for mental health services never.
Yo, I swear, sons get into politics just to steal. Just to steal. Like, they get into politics just to steal. That's the sole reason for getting into that shit. Is to steal money from people. Unbelievable.
Blakely, we have federal court documents accusing Dean and his company of fraudulently billing Medicaid for mental health services never provided. But as of tonight, Dean's not facing any formal charges. Queen City News reporter Shakira Speaks shows us how the FBI went looking for evidence today.
Neighbors have been keeping an eye on this white home for weeks after noticing several different people and moving trucks constantly at the home. It belongs to a local community activist, Cedric Dean. And on Thursday, neighbors' suspicions were confirmed when they saw several FBI agents surrounding the property. How many people do you think lived in?
No idea. I've seen quite a few cars.
Neighbors on McChesney Road in Charlotte always wondered what was going on at this home.
There was always so many cars in the driveway.
Yeah, so many cars in the driveway.
Thursday, they opened their doors to find federal agents raiding the house. County records show the home is owned by Cedric Dean, a local community activist and CEO of the HELP program.
We just are here to make sure that it's safe and that we're comfortable to live here and all of that. And when all those people were coming and going and the moving trucks were coming and going and bringing things and leaving, then we just kind of kept our eye on the house.
According to federal documents, investigators accused Dean and his company, Cedric Dean Holdings, of running a Medicaid fraud scheme that started last September. Documents obtained by Queen City News claimed Dean's group targeted vulnerable homeless people at shelters and other places. Dean allegedly offered small payments, offered free food, and even housing in exchange for their Medicaid numbers.
It was a little surprising to see the FBI and a lot of assault weapons.
Dean's business is accused of filing $14.5 million in fraudulent Medicaid claims from September 2024 to June 2025. Investigators say he received almost $9 million in payments. Now, the government is seizing money from 3 accounts, 5 cars, 2 houses in Charlotte, and 2 more in Shelby. But this isn't the first time Dean has been involved with law enforcement. His criminal record dates back to the 1980s, including a 2-decade federal prison sentence on a cocaine conviction. Dean's also accused of forcing his way into a woman's apartment last May, with police stating his past criminal charges of assault, armed robbery, and kidnapping.
God, damn. That's a super nigga, man. That's a super nigga, man. He out here. What they call him? A community activist? Community activist. Jeez.
Charges of assault, armed robbery, and kidnapping.
We always gave him the benefit of the doubt when he moved in, thinking that he was helping people.
The investigation is still ongoing. For now, reporting in Charlotte.
And listen, this woman, what does she know? I mean, like, what? You can't fault her. Like, look, some nigga say he running around helping people. Okay, fine. Wasn't Barack Obama a community organizer? He legitimized that shit. He became president off of being a community organizer. Wow. Wow. My nigga, you became a
Well, the trial is underway for the man accused of killing a social worker in Westchester County.
Prosecutors say 32-year-old Hasim Jenkins brutally attacked 56-year-old Maria Cotto last year after she
Oh, we remember that. Yeah. Yo. Listen, man. Listen, man. Niggas crazy, man. We covered this. I remember this. I remember this story.
Well, the trial is underway for the man accused of killing a social worker in Westchester County.
Prosecutors say 32-year-old Hasim Jenkins brutally attacked 56-year-old Maria Cotto last year after she knocked on the wrong apartment door in Peaksville while looking for a client.
Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis was in court today for opening statements, joining us live in White Plains with more on this story. Marcus.
Well, Dave and Liz, prosecutors say there is a mountain of evidence here for jurors to consider. Police body cam, DNA profiles, witness testimony, a 911 call made by the victim. For the defense, the case isn't so much whether or not Hasim Jenkins actually killed Maria Cotto, it's the intent behind it. And they intend to raise the defense of involuntary intoxication, claiming Jenkins smoked a cigarette that he didn't know was laced with PCP.
Damn.
Sound of the defendant's boots smashing against Maria's face over and over and over again.
A prosecutor telling jurors about.
Damn. Somebody slipped him a Woody. That's what that defense. They going with the somebody slipped him a Woody blunt. Somebody slipped him some Sherm. Somebody slipped him some wet. Damn. Somebody slipped that man some angel dust. That's the defense. Yo, I did the shit, but yo, somebody slipped me some angel dust the same day the social worker accidentally knocked on my door. Yo, that shit might work. All this is coming to an end, but it still ain't come to a complete end. So this shit might work. That shit might work. Salute to Anthony Madsen. He said it's Trump's fault. Damn. He said somebody slipped him some angel dust. He never did shit like that before.
With PCP.
The sickening sound of the defendant's boots smashing against Maria's face over and over and over again.
A prosecutor telling jurors about graphic testimony they will hear and see. The defendant, Hasim Jenkins, showed little emotion during opening arguments in his murder trial, during which an assistant district attorney described the brutal beating that claimed the life of social worker Maria Cotto.
He chased her. He pursued her. He focused on one thing, killing Maria.
Cotto was attacked in Peekskill in May 2024. The 56-year-old was making a field visit but knocked on the wrong apartment. Jenkins allegedly punched, then stomped on the victim with such force a portion of her skull was exposed. Cotto lapsed into a coma, never regained consciousness, and...
Damn. Curb stomped her. But it's not his fault. Somebody slipped him a Woody Blunt. Somebody slipped him some PCP that day. That's it. That's an interesting defense, man. That son, man, that's an interesting defense, man. I never smoked Woody Blunts before, and I've never attacked anybody before. It was just a perfect storm. Damn. Wow. Wow. Maria, Maria.
Died a month later. But during the attack, she managed to call 911. Prosecutors say the line remained open, and jurors will hear those final, violent moments.
With his rage on full display, he screamed profanities at her. He degraded her. He humiliated her. And in the midst of that violent fury, he delivered fatal blow after fatal blow.
Prosecutors don't have to prove motive, but say Jenkins had past dealings with social services and was behind on his rent. Jenkins' lawyer plans to introduce involuntary intoxication as a defense, claiming the 32-year-old smoked a cigarette he didn't know was laced with PCP. The defense claiming, despite the evidence, prosecutors will have a difficult time proving intent.
Voluntary means you make a choice. Involuntary means you do not make that choice. Someone makes it for you. And then we tie that to the word intent.
Well, Jenkins is facing 25 years.
Boy, you niggas got it made over here, man. Think about how sweet it is for nigga. It's somebody else's fault that nigga did that shit. Think about that. It's somebody else's fault that this nigga did that shit. And they're not gonna tell you who. They're not gonna say, hey, this is the guy who slipped him the blunt, or this is the guy, because we know that's bullshit. But even with that defense, right, they're not gonna say, hey, Tyrone Bigsby gave him the blunt with angel dust in it. They just gonna say somebody gave him. They said that shit might work though. They said, listen.
Evidence, prosecutors will have a difficult time proving intent. Claiming the 32-year-old smoked a cigarette he didn't know was laced with PCP. The defense claiming, despite the evidence, prosecutors will have a difficult time proving intent.
Prosecutors will have a difficult time proving intent.
Voluntary means you make a choice. Involuntary means you do not make that choice. Someone makes it for you. And then we tie that to the word intent.
Well, Jenkins is facing 25 years to life if convicted. The trial is expected to last a month. And we're live in White Plains. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness.
Jeez.
We are learning more tonight about a man accused of raping several women dating back some 30 years. But that is just part of the story in a cold case. Eyewitness News reporter Sefan Kim with the details on what was revealed tonight in court.
I didn't do this. I didn't do none of this.
You didn't do it? What about the 12 women?
What witness?
What about the fingerprints?
What? I didn't do this.
This is the arrest investigators say solves a cold case dating back more than 30 years. 57-year-old Michael Benjamin, accused of raping 5 women in Queens, arrested in Georgia last month after prosecutors say his DNA was retested last year with previously unavailable technology.
Yo, kill my mom and kill him. I didn't do that.
Benjamin is charged with rape, sodomy, sexual assault, and burglary for allegedly raping 5 women from 1995 to 1997. This is an Eyewitness News report from 1992 when the community was on edge.
It frightens me because, you know, I'm out here all the time and I'm very worried about my safety, my daughter.
Yeah, they need to bring that hairstyle back, man. Bring that hairstyle back, man. It's been long enough, man. It's been long enough. You need to bring that back, man.
Worried about my safety, my daughter.
Police say the rapes were reported in Springfield Gardens, Laurelton, and Rosedale. There has been at least one assault every month since June. Police say the suspect typically enters early in the morning through a window, covers the woman's face, and holds an object to her throat. They say he has also robbed his victims.
Prosecutors say each of the victims consented to a rape kit at the time of the attack. Then in May 2024, they say DNA from a discarded cup used by Benjamin matched the DNA retrieved from the victims. Queens DA Melinda Katz in a statement saying, although decades have passed, these cold cases were not forgotten. It's never too late for justice. Perhaps even more disturbing, though, are the alleged assaults he is not being charged with due to the statute of limitations. Prosecutors say he raped a 12-year-old over a 10-month period in 1990. He pled guilty to attempted rape and was sentenced to 5 years probation. He became a level 3 sex offender, the highest risk repeat offender.
My client vigorously, vehemently, and vociferously denies the allegations. I think that most of these charges are probably outside the statute of limitations before we even get into the merits of the case.
Benjamin is facing up to 25 years in prison if convicted. He was held without bail. He's due back in court on December 5th. In Queens, Stefan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Fox 29 News has learned that 21-year-old Keon King has an active protection from abuse order against him, recently from a third young female, in effect until 2027. That's in addition to the multiple kidnapping and related charges he's being held on $2.5 million bail on now in the disappearance of Kata Scott.
See, I didn't cover this case, but I saw it popping up and I never clicked on it. But I knew it was a girl missing in Philadelphia. Yikes. Yikes. Yo, yikes. These dudes be on the street with hella charges. These dudes be on this. Yo, listen. Listen, man. When you run into a son, man, you don't know what you running into, man. That son, man, could be loaded with charges, man. That's not fair, though. I think, honestly, though, I think that that's unfair. More so than just wrong. You got people, they share the same street, the same spaces as this guy. This guy's a fucking psychopath. And they don't know. They just think he's the normal person like them. It's like a bait and switch. It's a wicked bait and switch, man. They running on the people by having these guys on the streets. Most people like, hey, how you doing? All right, Tyrone. All right, nice to meet you, Tyrone. See you later. It's like you just think he's a normal motherfucker. This nigga's a whole psychopath that belongs underneath the prison. And he's on the streets.
Fox 29 News has learned that 21-year-old Keon King has an active protection from abuse order against him, recently from a third young female, in effect until 2027. That's in addition to the multiple kidnapping and related charges he's being held on $2.5 million bail on now in the disappearance of Kata Scott and the prior kidnapping case from earlier this year that was dismissed initially by the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office. It was refiled this week after King's arrest in the Kata Scott case.
Karen, call the cops.
Philadelphia police sources tell me this video, posted on social media and shared widely following King's arrest this week, is part of the evidence in the first kidnapping case, dismissed by the DA's office, showing him walk up to the victim's window.
Keon out here.
Law enforcement sources
They dismissed that.
tell me King was also a suspect in a prior rape case involving yet another woman, adding more to their belief that King has a pattern of very bad behavior with women. Sources tell me investigators found Kata's glasses, her iPad case, and her cell phone case, along with her bank card, in the search of this no longer used Philadelphia public school building yesterday. That's 2.5 miles, mostly down Stenton Avenue, from where she worked and was last seen. While King hasn't been as cooperative as detectives would like, sources tell me the young man that she was on a date with the night she was last seen did cooperate. She went on a date here to Topgolf Saturday night, arriving home at 9:45 p.m., just 5 minutes before her mother saw her leave for work. That young man told police how easily approachable Kata is, based on how he met her by just rolling down his car window, and was able to easily strike up a conversation with her.
This is day 12 of Kata not being with us. And as you know, each day the desperation grows.
Kata's father on Good Day Philadelphia for the second straight morning, hoping to keep the public on alert for her, brought his two brothers with him, hoping to reach the person who may know King and may know what happened after police say she got into King's car.
There's one person out there that is a good friend of his that, you know, has a heart. And you know, understands the severity of this and speaks up.
Dad Kevin Scott wearing his daughter's name on his hooded sweatshirt over his heart, hoping someone watching with a good heart will hear him.
Let my daughter go. Bring my daughter back home. She has loved ones, family, friends that all care about her. She has a bright head on the shoulders, a great future. You know, people make mistakes. If she's alive and breathing, you know, just get her back home, you know?
We want her home.
At the Criminal Justice Center, Steve Keeley, Fox 29 News.
A delivery driver shot and killed in the parking lot of the restaurant where he works. The family of Damian Ballard says someone shot and killed him at 27th and Fond du Lac earlier this morning, right outside Friars, which is a restaurant. Investigative reporter James Stratton shares new surveillance video as police search for the shooter. We do want to warn you, some may find this video disturbing.
An early morning vigil to remember a friend and father identified as Damian Ballard.
He used to hate people calling him Johnny D. I called him that. But now he go by Johnny. But growing up, bro, if you know him, you know him. He's a person to love.
Family says Ballard was working early Tuesday morning at Friars Restaurant when gunfire erupted in the parking lot just before 2 a.m. Surveillance video shows the moments leading up to the shooting. You see two people get out of a dark SUV and get into a red car. Ballard appears to be in that red vehicle. They're in the car together for a couple of minutes, and suddenly you see Ballard tumble out of the driver's side, stumble through some bushes, and fall into the road. He never gets back up. We paused the video due to the graphic nature. The two men can then be seen getting out of that red car. One looks like
A little drug deal gone bad or some shit like that. And there ain't no had to be no big drug deal. It could have been a fucking ounce of weed. I mean, but looked like something went bad in that car. Jeez. Jeez.
leading up to the shooting. You see two people get out of a dark SUV and get into a red car. Ballard appears to be in that red vehicle. They're in the car together for a couple of minutes, and suddenly you see Ballard tumble out of the driver's side, stumble through some bushes, and fall into the road. He never gets back up. We paused the video due to the graphic nature. The two men can then be seen getting out of that red car. One looks like he walks into the restaurant. The other gets into a dark SUV, which drives past Ballard and away from the scene.
He's just a good person. He will be missed.
His two kids and best friend spoke to 12 News this morning.
We're going to get through it, okay? We're for sure going to get through it. It's all right.
What do you want to say to the person or the people or whoever?
Honestly, whoever did it, just turn yourself in. Honestly, come forward, bro. We need justice. We need justice.
Let me drop the link, man. These people are crazy, man. These people are absolutely positively crazy. If you want to come on up, man. If you want to get on down, you got to get on down. Get on down. If you want to get on down. These people are crazy.
Deserve that.
Right now, police say they're looking for an unknown suspect.
And y'all really took a special person from us. Now we got to visit him. In the morgue.
Police say they're still searching for a suspect. Friars, the restaurant where the family says Ballard works, did not answer questions from 12 News. In the newsroom, I'm James Stratton.
Wow. Wow.
You're watching Eyewitness News live at 5.
Wow.
Developing tonight, a single mother working to improve her life and the lives of others was killed in an apartment parking deck. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Wickersham.
And I'm Erica Bryant. Dee Hammonds was a registered nurse growing her skills, but her life was cut short early Monday morning in South Park. Channel 9's Hunter Signs is joining us live from that area. Hunter, this is certainly a tough day for her loved ones as they are coping with her loss.
Erica, they are devastated, as anyone can imagine. No arrests have been made in this case just yet, but it appears this shooting was targeted. Still, many people in this upper-class area are shaken, wondering about what happened here, more details, as well as wondering who this victim was. And tonight we have learned the person who police say was shot and killed at this apartment complex behind me was a single mother who moved here from Florida. Tonight, Channel 9 has learned 45-year-old Dwanice Sharon Hammonds is the woman who was gunned down at a South Park apartment complex early Monday morning. These pictures of the single mom posted over the years on a real estate company's Facebook page where she worked in Jacksonville, Florida. A former colleague there telling me Hammonds went by Dee. Her colleague saying this is devastating news to hear. Going on to tell me Dee was on my team, a friend, an amazingly true professional. She was on hiatus from real estate to pursue her RN profession and was planning on coming back to our team and real estate. Dee, known as a hard worker, seen here in a post in 2023 in the middle of a group photo saying, "Networking in my scrubs. It's a hustle, but more than enough." In this post welcoming her to the real estate team, it says Dee was a New York native who worked at a Fortune 100 financial company for 12 years. On Monday, police say she was shot and killed at the Hazel South Park apartment complex just outside South Park Mall. Neighbors say it happened in the parking deck of the complex. Channel 9 has learned detectives are now looking into whether the suspect gained access to the complex by a door that was supposed to be locked but wasn't. Her friend and former colleague telling me, may justice be served for her. And I did reach out in several different ways to the Hazel South Park apartment complex, trying to ask them if there indeed was a security failure with one of their doors. When I called, I was told that I should call back when a manager is back on site. For now, we are live in South Park. Hunter Signs, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
A sad loss for our community and her family. Hunter, thank you.
Mm. Wow. Salute, guys, man. Salute to everybody out there watching, wherever you're watching. Roger Wood says, without sons, the nightly local news would be about 7 minutes long. Oh, man. Think of all the rescued cats in trees and ribbon cuttings we're missing. Yeah. There's no reason for there to be this much crime. There's no reason. It's unconscionable. Sons commit so much crime. Jeez.
We are learning more about a shooting that killed 2 people at a Heidelberg High School football game Friday. More arrests have been made. 12 News, Brandon Rains joining us live now from Heidelberg's police department. Brandon, people there in Heidelberg must be pretty shaken up after this.
Yeah, people who live here in Heidelberg tell me that this type of crime just does not happen here in their small town. They're very upset and in disbelief that anything like this would ever happen, but they are glad someone is being held accountable. More arrests have been made in connection to a deadly shooting at Heidelberg High's homecoming game Friday night. 19-year-old Demarion Starks was arrested Monday morning. He is charged with accessory after the fact and tampering with evidence. Jasper County Sheriff Randy Johnson tells us a minor was also arrested Monday for tampering with evidence, and 2 to 3 more arrests are expected. Residents of Heidelberg say the shooting has left them in shock.
Everybody been so spaced off. It's been mighty slow, and it's been quiet. You know, the atmosphere is like really sad around here, so has nobody really been out today, you know, or really talking about it and stuff. Everybody just been down, you know, trying to figure out what happened and why it happened.
18-year-old Tyler Goodlow was arrested Saturday and charged with 2 counts of capital murder for killing 35-year-old Chris Newell and 28-year-old Micaiah McCrae, who is said to have been pregnant. Both were from Laurel.
It's kind of sad to me because I'm a mother, and I could just imagine if somebody else's kids, you know, living out there without a mother. So it's like I say, it's just sad. It's very sad. You know, you would never think that something would happen in a small town of Heidelberg like this. You know, so now everybody just got to come together and we just got to pray and see what goes on next.
Those living in Heidelberg say the murders have left them afraid.
So I think it's going to be a lot of precautions around here, and people going to be staying to themselves, maybe watching out, a little bit more, trying to see, what's going to go on after this and how everybody going to cope with this and come together now.
Goodlow's bond has been set at $2,010,000 cash. Court dates have not yet been announced for the other suspects. And at this time, law enforcement has not identified a possible motive behind that shooting. Reporting live in Heidelberg, Brandon Rains, 12 News.
Wow. Wow. I mean, those fuckers killed all those people down there, man. At least the family don't gotta say turn yourself in. It's just so it's so insane how much killing niggas do, man. Jesus Christ.
Chaos caught on camera. First tonight, new video shows the intense moment as gunshots rang out in downtown Leland, killing 6 and hurting more than a dozen. This incident is the deadliest mass shooting in America this year. The woman who shot this video took cover in the trunk of her car. Tonight, the FBI is searching for 3 more suspects as we learn more about those already in custody. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Troy Johnson. Megan West is off tonight. The FBI put out new images of those 2 suspects in the mass shooting, and they need your help finding them. The FBI says that these 3 people, 2 women and a man, I should say, are now wanted. These are pictures provided to us just moments ago from the FBI. None of the people in the pictures have been identified. The FBI wants you to call them if you know who they are. 5 people have been already arrested. New tonight, we have learned a connection between 2 of them and one of the victims. Tavion and Latoya Powell are aunt and nephew. We are told one of the victims killed, Shalobian Powell, is Latoya's niece. All are charged with capital murder except Latoya Powell, who's charged with attempted murder. People in Leland aren't sure if the suspects are from their town. They just want justice.
I don't want to speak too much on it. Because like I say, for the most part, I left before it really went down. But the main thing for me is accountability.
The Leland shooting was one of 5 shootings over the weekend. In total, 10 people were killed. Dozens more were hurt. There are also shootings in Lorman, Heidelberg, Rolling Fork, and Jackson, all of them after a homecoming celebration. That has prompted new calls for safety and changes to tailgating. 16 WAPT's Brooklyn Joyner is looking into those changes. She joins us live from Jackson tonight. Brooklyn, what have you learned?
Troy, in response to these shootings, high school campuses are saying that they would rather be safe than sorry. A few of them canceled their tailgating activities to avoid gun violence altogether.
Tuesday, more details released of what is being labeled as the deadliest shooting in the country this year. 6 people died during a homecoming celebration in Leland on Saturday. At least a dozen others injured. Shirlea Davenport caught video of the gunshots while hiding in the trunk of her car. She can't get the scene of blood out of her head.
Everybody was really having fun. People we haven't seen in I don't know how long, and then it just went left.
This incident was on a list of gun violence occurrences connected to homecoming celebrations in the state this weekend. 1 person killed and several others shot at Alcorn State University. Another person killed in Heidelberg. In response, campuses are taking the advice of Mississippi High School Activities Association to cancel all tailgating events.
All these events seem to stem from tailgates, so we recommend, from advice from our attorney, that we stop having tailgates on campus.
According to Facebook, Terry High School athletics have canceled their tailgating events for their upcoming homecoming game. Administrators at Canton High School are also calling off tailgating activities for Friday night's homecoming game. A spokesman saying in a statement they apologize for the inconvenience, but the safety of everyone remains our top priority. It's a harsh reality that some alumni say they are willing to accept if it makes the atmosphere safer.
So I think it's just the consequences of everything that's been going on around the area lately. But it's sad that they can't, celebrate and stuff without worrying about those type of things.
Tailgating fees are being reimbursed to people who already chose their tailgating spots at Canton High School, and also Grenada School District as well as Yazoo County Schools, they decided to cancel their tailgating celebrations as well. I'm live in Jackson, Brooklyn. Joyner, 16 WAPT News.
Wow. Unbelievable. Somebody said Oakland earlier, right? Somebody said Oakland earlier. I think I heard that in the chat. This stuff is just mind-boggling, man. How these sons literally. Well, there's a lot of politics going on. They're getting rid of those districts, those black-only districts. Getting rid of them. Sons are in for a rude surprise, man. Sons are in for a rude surprise. Mm-hmm. Another missing teen.
In the East Bay, thieves smashed their way into 6 restaurants in Berkeley earlier today. KRON 4's Charles Clifford is live for us now in Berkeley with the details on this. Charles.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Yeah, this was a series of very brazen robberies early this morning. The Berkeley Police Department says that they are investigating, and neighbors and restaurant owners this morning are left cleaning up the mess. Thursday morning, Chai Ra, the owner of IMM Thai along University Avenue, began his day by sweeping up broken glass. Hours earlier, thieves had smashed their way into his restaurant through a glass door. The break-in has left him and his staff shaken.
Feeling sad, this business has been here for like 11 years. So, and then when this thing happens, like this big, it's so aggressive, like the criminal these days, they don't really care about anything. They just do what they want to do now.
According to the Berkeley Police Department, at least 3 thieves struck a total of 6 restaurants early Thursday between 3 and 5 a.m. In each case, the thieves forced entry into the restaurant by smashing a window. The break-ins included 3 restaurants along Durant Avenue, Ibis, Kingpin Donuts, and Gypsy's Trattoria, and 3 more along University Avenue, Cafe Rio, IMM Thai, and Bobby G's. Most, but not all, were burglarized, although it's not yet clear exactly what was taken. Investigators believe all 6 break-ins are connected.
They're all restaurants, and the method of entry seems to be consistent and similar.
So far, police have not identified any suspects. They are also investigating a 7th break-in early Thursday morning, but say that case could be unrelated to the other 6.
We're going to clean up, and then I hope we can open the restaurant as soon as we can.
Back at IMM Thai, Chai says that no valuables were stolen from his restaurant, but he's now left cleaning up and paying for the mess that the thieves left behind. He hopes the people responsible can be found to keep this from happening again.
When this thing happened, it's kind of scared all the neighborhood, like that. We are in Berkeley, a lot of students, walking around, and then it's like when this thing happened, so it's just it's scary.
All right, back live now. Anyone with information, especially anyone who might have surveillance video showing these thieves early this morning, is asked to contact the Berkeley Police Department. But for now, in the East Bay, Charles Clifford, KRON 4 News.
Charles, thank you so much.
Oh, man. That's not what I was expecting from the Bay Area. Y'all told me to go to the Bay Area, and that's it. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is going on.
Tonight, a Chicago resident visiting Baltimore for a conference says she was robbed early this morning near the Inner Harbor. and she's now calling on city leaders to take action. Fox 45's Vincent Hill spoke to the victim and shares what she wants from city officials. Vincent.
Well, Kai, Noelle Gibson is in town for a conference on building communities, and now she says the good things she heard about Baltimore are quickly fading.
Right.
For Noelle Gibson, it's all about improving people's livelihoods.
I'm here for a conference that's focused on building better cities.
Visiting Baltimore since Sunday, now according to her, one of the city's latest crime victims.
My wallet was stolen as I journeyed down the street back to my hotel.
She says she was pickpocketed near the Inner Harbor.
Pretty immediately, within 40 minutes, my card was attempted twice in the nearby vicinity.
Baltimore police eventually arrived to take the report.
It was about 5 hours later when I was met by an officer to file an official report.
Along with her credit card, her ID was inside her wallet, which might prevent her from catching her flight home, as well as the expenses waiting when she gets there.
But my home keys, having to replace the locks at my home, but also my specialized vehicle key. That alone is a major expense.
Though she's frustrated with whoever she says took her wallet, she's more frustrated with leadership.
So it's disappointing to me to follow Mayor Scott, to follow Governor Moore, and be a big believer and supporter of some of their work and initiatives, and to be here and to fall victim of a crime.
Even going as far as emailing the mayor for assistance and financial reimbursement.
When we talk about crime rates dropping, who are we really talking about?
He said she wanted reimbursement from the mayor. Shit.
45 reached out to the mayor's office, asking if the mayor has seen the email and what his response is.
What happens when the city is hosting major conferences or sporting events and you have visitors coming in? And
listen, I was watching Actual Justice Warrior today, and man, Baltimore's down from 300 murders to 100 murders. They down 200 bodies. They've been locking people up. It's not the mayor, it's the prosecutors, but Baltimore only 100 homicides. Yeah, they doing well, man. I don't think they're gonna. I think the mayor's pretty much satisfied with the job they've done on crime. I think the Fox Baltimore channel keeps talking about it because it's still a lot of crime, but the murders, the homicides, they've taken the homicides down greatly.
And not feeling safe, not feeling supported.
As Noelle awaits the answer to that question, she has a message to leadership.
I would like the city and government officials to really look at these quality of life crimes and see what the real data and numbers are, and how visitors and residents can feel comfortable, confident, and safe and supported every day, not just when it's a major violent crime.
So far, we have not heard back from the mayor's office on his comments on this. Now, Noelle tells me she also emailed several city council members and even Governor Moore himself. For now, we're live in Baltimore. Vincent Hill, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. First, residents in Southeast Baltimore sound off about juvenile crime in their communities. They brought their concerns and criticism to Acting Department of Juvenile Services Secretary Betsy Fox Tolentino during a meeting tonight.
How do you measure public safety, and what are the point-by-point definitions of public safety? Because we are not safe. There's a whole lot of systems out here to help our kids, but when we get to this point, y'all not helping us.
Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson.
And I'm Maxine Stryker. We have just received new numbers from DJS showing how many children are currently on ankle monitors or in DJS custody in Baltimore and across the state. We'll look into that data in just a moment.
That's right. We begin tonight with Fox 45's Keith Daniels, who attended that Juvenile Justice Summit in Highlandtown. He joins us live with residents' most pressing questions about crime. Keith?
Well, Kai, that meeting wrapped up here at about 8:30 tonight. Representatives from the Baltimore City Police Department, the city state's attorney's office, and from the Department of Juvenile Services were here, but the acting secretary herself, she was here also in front of residents, and tonight, a bit of what she faced. At the Hope City Church in Southeast Baltimore, residents have gathered, hoping to get relief. Frustrated, they say, over juvenile crime and the young offenders that they say are out of control. Organizers calling the meeting a juvenile justice summit.
We want answers to things. And when you tell us there's 50 kids that are the same ones that keep doing the bad things, well, what are we doing about that? And how long do we have to keep putting up with these 50 people?
Among the guests on the panel, City State's Attorney Ivan Bates and Acting Maryland Department of Juvenile Services Secretary Betsy Fox Tolentino. The DJS Secretary hit hardest with questions from people lined up at the mic with concerns ranging from repeat offenders to ankle monitors.
Are these monitoring systems in place right now? Are they monitoring in real time and notifying you in real time when something's happening?
Our GPS system monitors in real time, and our electronic monitoring system monitors a little differently, but when the violation happens, we get it in real time.
We are not safe. I'm sorry to say, but like the previous DJS secretary, you don't live in the city, you live in the county. And we live with this every single day. We park on the street. We walk to and from our cars. We're attacked with children. A woman with a toddler was followed by 3 9-year-olds, and they threatened to kill her baby.
Our number one goal is to be partners in building safer communities. Can I say, like, we've really had some amazing strides. The strategies BPD has used with GVRS and the mayor's office, the work that the state's attorney's office is doing to hold people accountable, we are seeing the numbers go the right way.
Well, the issue of holding parents accountable for repeat juvenile offenders came up once again. And once again, City State's Attorney Ivan Bates said that while he stands by giving parents the services they might need, he is also standing by his efforts to hold parents accountable when their children do bad. We're live now in Southeast Baltimore. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Hi, I'm Maxine Stryker. Thanks for...
Man, website almost done, guys. I hope I can get it done by tomorrow, man. I'm hoping I can have it done by tomorrow, man. I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping.
Well, a USC student has been arrested. He's accused of drugging and sexually assaulting multiple women while he was enrolled at the university.
Police believe there could be even more victims, including outside of Los Angeles. CBS LA's Gio Insignaris is in Exposition Park tonight with more details on the arrest and reaction. Gio.
Well, Rudave, Pat, good evening to you both. The suspect in this case was arraigned on September 2nd and has pleaded not guilty, to all charges. Currently being held without bail as well, but authorities say this is far from the end to this investigation.
Los Angeles police today asking for the public's help in finding additional possible victims of a serial sexual assault suspect.
I can say that our detectives and our investigation has led us to believe that over the course and span of this individual's activities, there are going to be more victims that are going to be located here in the Los Angeles region and potentially outside of the Los Angeles region.
30-year-old CZ Stephen Wang, a Chinese national and PhD student at the University of Southern California, is accused of using incapacitating drugs to sexually assault several women between 2021 and 2025. Detectives say the investigation began in January after German authorities shared information with the LAPD.
Through their investigation and in collaboration with our partners at the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the German Federal Criminal Police, detectives were able to obtain sufficient evidence for search and arrest warrants to be issued for the identified individual.
Despite the international tip, Los Angeles police say they are not investigating Wang for drug trafficking. Wang was arrested August 28th and was charged days later with 8 felony counts, including rape and sexual penetration involving drugs or anesthesia.
I would suspect that this individual was an opportunist, So whenever the individual developed a relationship with someone, he took that opportunity to drug them and sexually assault them.
Police did not name the specific drug or drugs involved, instead saying the effect was very similar to roofies, a common term for Rohypnol. Investigators say there are currently a mid-single-digit number of known victims, but expect that number to grow as more people come forward. In a statement to CBS LA today, USC said providing a safe environment is a top priority. The university said it's been cooperating with investigators and had already taken steps to keep the accused student off campus pending criminal proceedings, adding, quote, USC has not received any reports from individuals potentially impacted.
And anyone with more information on this case is being asked to call LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division. In the meantime, Wang's next scheduled court hearing is scheduled for January 14th, 2026. In Exposition Park, I'm Gio Insignares, CBS LA.
Late night, man. Catching up on this crime. Catching up on this crime on the late night. Let's see.
Tampa man who killed 2 people he picked up at gay bars more than 20 years ago is trying to get to the death chamber as quickly as possible.
Damn, bro. You put them niggas on blast, man. You put them on blast, man. 2 men that a man picked up at gay bars and they show their faces. God damn. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Gouch Below says, homecomings are deadly this year. Need better. Yeah. We'll see. This weekend's coming up, so it's gonna be a lot of activities this weekend in the Sun community. Jesus Christ, man.
Tampa man who killed 2 people he picked up at gay bars more than 20 years ago is trying to get to the death chamber as quickly as possible. Stephen Lorenzo was in court today and is insisting that his attorneys stop trying to find ways to slow the process down. He is admitted to torturing and killing 2 men in 2003 and 2004. Fox 13's Evan Axelbank is in the newsroom tonight with the very latest on this one for us, Evan.
Allie, usually death row inmates spend decades appealing and trying to find every loophole to slow down the process. In this case, Stephen Lorenzo says he did it, does not want relief, and is trying to get his own attorneys to get that through their heads. Read his lips. Stephen Lorenzo wants out.
And this guy is not in my best interest.
Okay.
He's doing something for his interest, not mine.
Speaking to the judge over Zoom from death row, he said he wanted to fire his attorneys, who he is trying to block from seeking any kind of relief from his death penalty sentence. He asked for that sentence in 2022 when he admitted in great detail as to how he helped drug, torture, and kill 2 men he picked up at bars.
He's trying to negate my ability to defend myself because he doesn't like what I'm doing.
His lawyers say he must prove he's competent enough to fire them, with the judge pointing out that all death penalty convicts must have an attorney.
If I don't follow the process, I'm not doing you any favors because I would just be reversed.
For nearly 2 decades after Lorenzo and Scott Schweikert killed Michael Wachholz and Jason Galehouse, prosecutors struggled to gain a murder conviction against Lorenzo. That all changed in 2022 when he wrote a 147-page letter describing how he did it.
In this lifetime, I'm the bad guy, you're the good guy.
He asked for the death penalty and promised not to fight it.
Because what we see in the majority of these cases are appeals after appeals after appeals, people trying to do anything they can to stay alive. Here we have a defendant who's trying to do anything he can to be killed.
The question is whether during an upcoming hearing, he can show whether he's competent enough to decide to waive all of his rights to an appeal. If he can't prove that, legal analysts say he also wouldn't be competent enough to fire his attorneys. Why must the state proceed so carefully, even when an inmate is eager to die?
At the end of the day, this is the ultimate sanction you can have. And when you're talking about somebody's life, every court is going to be very cautious to make sure they get it right.
The judge set a competency hearing for December 11th. His attorneys are asking to see evidence that a doctor found regarding Lorenzo's mental abilities. Allie.
All right, Evan Axelbank live for us tonight. Evan, thank you.
Honorable white man. That's right, white man. Very honorable, man.
Now to new video in a murder case. It shows the moments leading up to the incident. The suspect is accused of killing his own mother and throwing her body in a dumpster. Local 10 Sinella Sabovic live now following this one for us in Miami Beach tonight. Sinella.
Calvin, the details of this crime so grotesque, so violent. This mother flew down to South Florida to conduct a welfare check on her son to make sure that he is okay. Police say he ends up killing her for reasons still unknown to us. We have obtained surveillance video showing the final moments this mother was last seen alive. It was a horrific crime. A woman's lifeless body found in a Miami Beach dumpster over the summer. It would be her son, 40-year-old Anthony Caruso, arrested in her murder. We're getting our first look at surveillance video provided by the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office of Elizabeth Caruso on Saturday, July 19th in the lobby as she arrived from New Jersey. She was in town to check on her problematic son. In this clip, later on in the day, at 7:06 p.m., 2 hours before police were called, you see the suspect Anthony in his orange shirt in a hallway waiting on an elevator in his building along the 800 block of Washington Avenue. A little more than 2 hours later, surveillance video from inside of a trash room shows a man looking into a trash chute that was open. Blood was all over the room, on the walls and floor surrounding the chute. He's seen with his phone, presumably calling for help. In the meantime, police did receive a call from Elizabeth's family saying they didn't hear from her in more than 6 hours. That prompted Miami Beach officers to head to Caruso's building. Here's video of them in the hallway around 9:48 p.m. Once they reached Caruso's apartment number 708, they'd find a gruesome scene. Blood on the front door, also blood smeared on the hallway floor. The trash chute located directly across that apartment. Detectives found Elizabeth's body in the dumpster on the first floor after she was thrown down the chute. They say that her neck was severely injured, nearly to the point of decapitation. Following an hours-long standoff with police, Caruso was arrested and appeared in bond court.
Detective, I have one question. Who do you believe killed the victim?
Mr. Caruso.
So Caruso was already on probation at the time of the murder. We have learned that he was arrested at least on 3 different separate occasions last year. He is currently facing a second-degree murder charge. Reporting live out of Miami Beach, Sinella Sabovic.
There are so many crazies walking these streets, man. So many crazy nutcases walking around.
Tonight, chilling new allegations now against a prominent surgeon accused of raping a woman at gunpoint. Prosecutors now say the surgeon claimed he had ties to the NYPD and to the Secret Service. Here's our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Tonight, a prominent New York City surgeon is charged with a horrific crime, sexually assaulting a woman at gunpoint. Authorities say that doctor claiming affiliation with the NYPD, the U.S. Secret Service, and the U.S. Marshals. 56-year-old Dr. Maurizio Miglietta teaches and practices at hospitals across New York and New Jersey. Prosecutors say the accuser, who's nearly 30 years younger, viewed Miglietta as a mentor and visited his apartment in June to talk medicine. Instead, prosecutors say Miglietta kissed her without consent, and when she tried to push him away, he lifted his shirt, showing her a holstered gun, allegedly telling her, "Watch out for this," saying she asked if the gun was loaded. He allegedly said yes. Prosecutors say the doctor then put the gun on a coffee table by the woman's head and sexually assaulted her before she was able to escape.
The allegations are beyond disturbing. I think anyone should know not to engage in this type of conduct, but I think it speaks to the power imbalance
The doctor pleaded not guilty, David, to rape and other charges. The judge setting bail at $1 million. Prosecutors are looking into his connections with law enforcement, but as the DA told us tonight, David, that gives no one license to brandish a gun and force a woman into sex. David?
Aaron Katursky here in Manhattan tonight. Thank you.
Man. Wow. Wow. A lot of people forcing sex on people. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Here we go. Some good news.
Can you please stop punching me? Don't punch me anymore. I'm hurt. Stop.
Virginia Alvarez was beaten.
Damn, close her ass. That fucker needs to be. That fucker needs a good lesson, man. I'd give him 50 lashes for this, man. I'd give him 50 lashes. I'd give him 50 lashes. 12 noon on a Saturday. 12 noon on a Saturday. 12 noon. 50 lashes. Press 1.
Can you please stop punching me? Don't punch me anymore. I'm hurt. Stop.
Virginia Alvarez was beaten within an inch of her life Wednesday morning in the Bronx.
He said, you killed my mother. And then he pushed me on the floor. And then he just started punching me and punching me. You killed my mother. You like that? You like that? He kept punching me and punching me.
The nurse's aide was walking to work at 5:30 on University Avenue when she said she crossed paths with the devil. Surveillance video shows the savage and random attack where he relentlessly used his fists.
I know it was a nigga.
And this pole on the 46-year-old.
So he got a pole and he hit me with a pole on my head and back up here and here. And then a civilian from the street. If it wasn't for him, I probably would have been dead today.
She believes that man saved her life by scaring him off. But 2 hours later, police say the 23-year-old suspect struck again, this time attacking a 15-year-old girl on her way to school.
I can't wait till we get this guy's criminal record, man. Press 1. I can't wait till we get this guy's criminal record, huh? So we can see, like, whether he deserved to be on the streets to do all this stuff. That's what's the over-under on arrest? Shout out to my man Gil. He said, here's to the hardest working man on YouTube. Yeah, man, salute. I've been working hard on this website the last few days, man. That's why I ain't been on here, man. I mean, hard. I had my date. I wanted to come out with it tomorrow. Hopefully I can. Hopefully I can debut the website tomorrow. Hopefully, man. What's the over-under on arrest, man, for this guy? Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B is in the building, man. What's the over-under on arrest, guys? How many arrests you guys think he has? I want to see 26, 27.5. That sound about right, man. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. We'll go with that. 20. We'll do 27.5.
Police say the 23-year-old suspect struck again, this time attacking a 15-year-old girl on her way to school on Lewis 9 Boulevard.
She's in the hospital. She can't even talk, the poor girl.
Damn.
And 2 hours after that, went after a 54-year-old woman on Friday.
Man, the little girl can't even talk. The girl he beat can't even talk. Damn. Damn. Jeez. Jeez. Damn. Damn.
Franklin Avenue.
He is sick. He's being used by the devil.
Jeremiah White was arrested and arraigned Thursday, but prosecutors say he attacked 2 other women as recently as September, only to be released. Alvarez's mother blames bail reform laws.
Jesus Christ. You get to just randomly do this shit and get released. And listen, man. Victim blaming is not good, but in these cases, you know these women, all these women are liberal women. This is New York City. All these women are radical liberals too. All these women are radical communist liberals. You know this woman. You know if you came to her with anything, like, hey, we think homeless people should be able to steal. If homeless people get caught stealing, the person who catches them should be deported. She'd be like, hey man, you know that makes sense. I mean, you're right. Like that. Did you notice with liberal women, you can say anything as long as it sounds like somebody who's disenfranchised or some group, marginalized group, is benefiting from it. You can say anything and they'll be for it. Likewise, if you say anything where there's whites or the police or anything is being disadvantaged, therefore that too. And anything, you just make up some shit. These women are nuts. And maybe they need this, man. The only thing is this doesn't change them, though. These women, this doesn't change these women. These women don't think like that. They don't think cause and effect. They don't think logically. So they never learn lessons. They never really learn lessons. That's the crazy part about these women. They never really learn lessons because in their mind, this isn't that guy's fault. This is mental health. So as long as he had mental health, I mean, as long as you can say that this guy's getting mental health treatment, as long as you can say, hey, sister, I know you fucked up, but the guy who did this to you, he's getting mental health treatment. As long as you can say that to her,
Can't even talk to poor girl.
And 2 hours after that, went after a 54-year-old woman on Franklin Avenue.
He is sick. He's being used by the devil.
Jeremiah White was arrested and arraigned Thursday, but prosecutors say he attacked 2 other women as recently as September, only to be released. Alvarez's mother blames bail reform laws for her daughter's broken bones and bruises.
Public safety is gone down, okay? Because the bill reform, the police do their job. They get them arrested, and they come right back out. And we losing a lot of life.
Jeremiah White was out of jail because he was on supervised release. The district attorney's office says that the previous attacks were not bail eligible. He is now facing a rap for attempted murder and being held on $600,000 bond.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
First tonight, a 20-year-old man is in custody accused of shooting a 15-year-old girl and 2 others in an ambush. I'm Jesse Pagan.
And I'm Michelle Imparato. John Derek Smith is charged in the shooting that killed Jariah Duncan on October 6th. As West 2's Tony Atkins reports, more arrests are expected.
Tonight marks 1 week since Kariah was shot here in this parking lot. You can see here it is blocked off, and also at the front of the building here you can see messages and a memorial growing here. Now, I had a chance to speak with Kariah's mother, Ashley Pratt. She says that she knew the person that was arrested in this shooting. 20-year-old.
Who the fuck is that? Diane Williams?
20-year-old John Derek Smith now in Brevard County custody with no bond, accused for his alleged role in a triple shooting on October 6th. The shooting ended with the death of 15-year-old Kariah Duncan.
Jumped out of an SUV and just started shooting right into the business, right into the car, and this 15-year-old girl died as a result.
The sheriff's office also looking for another suspect, Xavier Butler.
It's horrific. Our community doesn't tolerate that, and I'm just glad this one's behind bars. I need the other one, Xavier Butler. Let's get him locked up as well.
May God be with him.
Over the phone, I spoke with Kariah's mother, Ashley Pratt, who is still trying to process what happened.
But it's like I still can't picture her not here for the rest of my life. I'm not able to even write her name on anything that had to do with death or deceased.
She says she knew Smith well.
Well, he called me mama when he see me. He was like, hey, Mom, will you give me a hug? but we're not family.
which is why she's so hurt.
My daughter knew him. He see my daughter there. I'm just happy that they've got him off the street so far.
And now with one suspect in custody, Ashley thanks the sheriff's office as well as tipsters. She says she's looking forward to more arrests soon.
It wasn't something that I expected. I thought it was going to take longer than this, but Brevard County has really been on Coria's side, and the sheriffs have been doing an amazing job.
Xavier Butler, you're next.
And as the search continues for anyone else involved in the shooting, Pratt and the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, they say if you know anything about what happened, to give.
Jesus Christ. Should I save some for tomorrow? It don't matter. It's going to regenerate, man. It's going to regenerate.
Developing now, police are searching for the man accused of killing a former Stilton High Spire football player. And tonight, we are learning more information about the man who is wanted for the shooting and the man who lost his life. The Stilton community is remembering Kenyatta Henry. He was a football player at Stilton High Spire. His team posting photos saying that he brought laughter to every huddle and bus ride. He was killed outside of a mini market yesterday. Officers say they're looking for the man in connection to this. A suspect here is Quadir Ramo. He's facing murder charges, among others, tonight. CBS 21's Maxine Rose live outside of the store where all of this happened. What we know about the shooter and how the community is responding. Maxine, you've gotten a lot of new information today.
Yeah, Candace, and speaking with people here on South 4th Street in Stilton, they tell me that they were all impacted by this incident in several different ways. But the owner of the Phoenix Mini Market here tells me that she was actually there moments before Kenyatta was killed.
I never expect that nothing like that happening here, you know.
Marilyn Rodriguez says Kenyatta Henry, his brother, and the suspect were inside her store Tuesday afternoon, waiting for food, acting normal, until shots rang out moments later.
I called the 911 so they can get assistance, but I didn't know he was dead or not. I feel so sorry, you know. All of them was crying like crazy. It was a bad moment for real.
Rodriguez says the neighborhood is pretty close and that Henry and his family would stop by often.
And I never thought that nothing like that would happen to them because it was a good kid. I mean, a lot of the family, and they is a good people.
It's really bad. I mean, it's sad. Just too young.
Neighbor James Phillips lives across the way on South 4th Street, but says he wasn't home when the shooting happened. He was at Stilton High Spire High School, where he's worked for more than a decade.
They immediately went on lockdown. I was trying to leave early then, knowing that it was right across the street from my house, but I couldn't even leave the school.
With the alleged...
He's the guy you're supposed to worry about, though. He's the guy you're supposed to worry about. Christy. Shout out to Christy. Salute to you, Chris. A.K.A. Michael Bay Ruth Jordan. Go. Yeah, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Appreciate you. This is very interesting, right? So this guy right here, he's the guy you're supposed to be worried about. I tell you guys, I live in a neighborhood like this. I live in a city like this. White people, houses just like this. Pennsylvania. I think this is Pennsylvania, Dauphin County. Pennsylvania. Very much like this. You know, where the houses at? Yeah, older houses. They're very, very cheap. but you can get them. But you can. They're sturdy. They're sturdy. They've been around for a while. And you got a bunch of guys like this. You got, all these tropes. This guy's like a trope. This guy ain't fucking with no niggas. And let me tell you something. If you need a beer, he got you. If it's fucking like 10 o'clock, because everything closed in these towns, and you need a beer, this guy got you. If you bet him on the game, you bet him like, hey, the Steelers going to win or whatever. If he lose, guess what? This fucker's going to pay you. He's going to pay you if he loses. You know what I mean? And he has no fucking clue. With all these niggas descending on his previously white town, he has no clue. This guy right here is clueless about what all these niggas descending on his town is gonna be mean in 5 years. I heard some white people say today. I was watching the what was it? My man Black Conservative Perspective, one of his videos. Let me see if I can find it, man. There you go. He makes so many fucking videos, man. Let me see if I can remember which one it was earlier today. Okay. I think it was this one. Here we go. Let me show you. I'm going to get back to that in a second. Let me just show you this, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Let me show you this, man.
The young Republican leaders are behaving just like their martyr and king Charlie Kirk, who said that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake, who said that Martin Luther King was a horrible person, who said that black people were better off during segregation, whose one of his last posts on Twitter was Islam is the sword used by the left to slit the throat of America. That Charlie Kirk, who got the Presidential Medal of Honor today by Donald Trump, our commander in Cankled chief, who, by the way, with his neck vagina, if you saw on the Time magazine cover, his so-called ceasefire just blew up. This pathetic racist piece of shit is the model of king and daddy of the...
Hey, Gunga Din, man. You're talking about a fascist leader, right? Show me a country where you can say this about the fascist leader. Show me a country where you can say this about the fascist leader, Gunga Din.
Islam is the sword used by the left to slit the throat of America. That Charlie Kirk, who got the Presidential Medal of Honor today by Donald Trump, our commander in Cankled chief, who, by the way, with his neck vagina, if you saw on the Time magazine cover, his so-called ceasefire just blew up. This pathetic racist piece of shit is the model of king and daddy of these young Republicans. And I don't know about you, Don and Jen, I've been poor before. I lost everything in my 20s. When I had economic anxiety, I never, not even once, in private or in public, said, I love Hitler. I don't know about y'all. When I had economic anxiety, I didn't feel the sudden urge to all of a sudden start promoting anti-Semitic conspiracies and throwing my enemies in the gas chambers and using the N-word and calling gay people the F-word. That is what these people, these young leaders did repeatedly, not just once, Jen and Don, repeatedly. And they laughed at each other and they applauded each other. This is who they are. This is racism. White supremacy is the enduring sin of America. White supremacy and greed, racism and capitalism. And until it is tackled, until it is confronted, until it is purged, we will see the manifestation of white supremacy and greed in the form of Donald Trump JD Vance, Charlie Kirk, and these young leaders. And may I just say, maybe these young white conservative men need mental health. And if you are the master race and claim that you're the master race, work out. Have you seen some of the photos of these people? Work out and also wash your ass. Sorry, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
He is married to a woman of Indian descent.
Yes.
He has mixed race children.
Yes.
So to all of the MAGA voters out there, if this man will not defend his wife and will not defend his kids, do you think he gives a crap about you or anything to do with you?
Boy.
What's up, Jimmy?
How you doing, man? It's like you said, it refills every night, you know?
Yeah. Listen. I sometimes I'll be like, should I save this for tomorrow? But no, because I won't get to it because it'll be all new shit. So I gotta get to all the crime tonight, man.
It's Brown Hog Day.
Wow.
Just keeps going over.
Wow. That's one of your best ones, man.
Okay, JD Vance is married to a brown woman. He has mixed race children, and that is his response to this. Horrible racism. It's beyond locker room talk.
Oh
I'm a
God.
white woman that has lived in a red state my entire life. And I can tell you, when I'm around white people, they test the racist water.
Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be further than the truth. And listen, it took me coming to this white town for 15 years, right? And then moving here 5 years ago. It took a bunch of niggas and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans coming here too with me for me to know that ain't nothing but some bullshit she's saying. This white woman is lying. White people do not fuck around and bother and pester and needle niggas. It just don't happen. It just doesn't happen. White people leave black people the fuck alone. They might talk to you, chat you up like, hey, how you doing? Or whatever, blah, 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 small talk. But fucking with you and trying to start some shit with you, especially some racial bullshit, let me just tell you that. It does not fucking happen. She's lying. And here's the thing. If it happens, it's negligible, statistically negligible in all of the interactions. Okay? Statistically negligible. Hey, there go some black dudes. Let's go over there and fuck with them. Hey, there go some Dominicans from fucking the Bronx that moved down here. Let's go give them a hard time. Hey, there go some fucking niggers from Philly that have moved here with their baby mamas. Let's go fuck with them and try to like make some racial shit with them and shit. It doesn't fucking happen. It's horseshit. This lady's talking about is horseshit. Listen, almost every bad interaction I've had in this town has been with a fucking cotton picking, fucking bell pepper nose, bug eyed, nappy headed nigger. I've had a few interactions with whites that have been bad, but they like were bad and then it was over. It was never the specter of like, yo, I might have to kill this motherfucker, or is this motherfucker gonna try to kill me? And it was just a interaction that went bad and then it was over and went our separate ways. Niggas, you be feeling like oh shit, I might have to kill this motherfucker before they kill me. This woman is lying.
post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm or cause your family harm.
Okay, J.D. Vance is married to a brown woman. He has mixed race children.
Hold for applause.
And that is his response to this horrible racism. It's beyond locker room talk. I'm a white woman that has lived in a red state my entire life. And I can tell you, when I'm around white people, they test the racist water. They test it on people like you all the time. And they'll try to say off-color things. I put my hand up. It absolutely happens. And you're fortunate that maybe you haven't experienced it.
So you're in the town, you're white, you're in the town. There's literally no carjackings. There was a murder like 6 years ago. Phil Flanagan punched John Stevens in the face, and John fell and hit his head and died 7 days later in the hospital. That was the last murder in the town. Most shit is domestic and stealing and shit. People stealing out of stores and shit, meth. All of a sudden, like over the next few years, a bunch of niggers moved to your town. And now there's shootouts in the street. Fucking open air drug markets and shit. Fucking murders and shit. Like broad daylight homicides with guns and shit. And you're gonna fuck around and needle those people and fuck with these new invaders in your town? You're gonna be like going up to them with like racial bullshit? I'm telling you, man, it doesn't even make sense. Even if let's just say you didn't live in one of these towns like I do, or frequent these, because there's a bunch of towns around here like that. If you didn't just see all this shit in every town around here where I'm at, it just doesn't make sense. Press 1. It wouldn't even make sense even if you had no experience with that situation. It wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Can I just say, literally this August, a white person said the N-word in front of me.
The vice president of the United States. These
were not kids.
Horrible.
These were grown men.
Some of them are 40 years old.
If they
some of them are
committed
women.
a crime,
Let the black woman speak.
prosecuted as adults. They were not children.
Well, look, I mean,
they're not stupid kids.
They can
They're not kids.
A couple.
They're accountable
They're
for
not
their
kids, and a couple. Look, a couple of people just had their.
So I think this conversation is exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you guys about how the white liberal woman, right, is actually they're actually ones that are running the Democrat Party, right? It is the white liberal woman who believes that she's in charge and that she has to tell everybody how to think. Okay, she found out that the black neighbor doesn't have her same political beliefs.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you have any family members that are MAGA?
No.
You'll get the biggest kick out of this, Monet, and I don't think Pumps knows this. So during this most recent election, my husband, I live in I would say a 99.9% white neighborhood.
What percentage did she say?
99.9.
I would have never guessed.
Hey, this is the Democrat. This is the new lady that they're pushing as the Democrat leader.
Yeah.
You know, whatever this lady's name is, I forgot her name. You know, anybody know her name? But they're pushing her as like she's a podcaster, and they're putting her everywhere. She's on all the shows. You know what I'm saying? She's going around making a tour. She lives. This is such a Democrat. This is so Democrat. She lives in a 99.9% white neighborhood.
Pure virtue signal in a suit.
No.
You'll get the biggest kick out of this,
And
Monet.
the black guy on the show is gay.
Of course.
Her same political beliefs.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you have any family members that are MAGA?
No.
You'll get the biggest kick out of this, Monet, and I don't think Pumps knows this. So during this most recent election, my husband, I live in I would say a 99.9% white neighborhood. Okay. So my husband comes home from work and he goes, well, the weirdest thing just happened. The house 2 blocks south of us just put up 2 MAGA signs in their front yard, and they're black.
No!
How's that?
No!
For the only black family that lives in this godforsaken whiteness, and they're fucking MAGA. He goes, it's
Godforsaken whiteness. Oh my God, I hate these people so much.
The new Democrat savior is literally, she lives in an all-white neighborhood. One black family moved in and she can't stand them. That's
But she's not racist.
The story. That's literally the story. She lives in an all-white neighborhood. A black family moved in and she hates them. The one black family that moves in, this bitch hates them.
Well, they're the black face of white oppression. You got to understand that.
just such a disappointment to me.
No.
Yes.
I've had it.
And they had 2. They're a corner house. And they had, and I was just like, because I remember when they moved in, Roman, my son that told me, you know, the prom send-offs of the culture.
Yeah.
He was like, I love this. We need to have more color in this neighborhood. And
Yeah.
I go,
God, I hate people saying that shit.
She's so racist. And listen, black women will love this one. I know black women are going to love this shit. Liberals are going to love this shit. She is so racist. Jesus Christ, she's so racist.
and they're fucking MAGA. He goes, it's just such a disappointment to me.
No.
Yes. And they had 2. They're a corner house. And they had, and I was just like, because I remember when they moved in, Roman, my son that told me, you know, the prom send-offs of the culture.
Yeah.
He was like, I love this. We need to have more color in this neighborhood. And I
Yeah.
go, I agree. That family popped up MAGA signs.
Black Republicans is something I will never understand.
I agree.
So this is what I'm talking about.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, let's go back to the
Gold.
With the alleged suspect still at large, students and Phillips won't be back in the building until next week. But even those who haven't been directly impacted say they are still feeling a huge sense of loss.
It's quiet right now, super quiet. The neighborhood is hurt. This is sad, this is hurt. Let's not be killing each other. One is enough. Enough is enough.
And Steelton's police chief tells me today that there are multiple agencies still looking for that suspect right now. They also say that the alleged suspect is facing several charges, including first-degree murder and former felon in possession of a firearm. Live in Steelton Borough, I'm Maxine Rose, CBS 21 News.
It sounds like they're going to really throw the book at him.
No.
Steelton Police and the Dauphin County District Attorney's Office now looking for the man you see on your screen. This is 23-year-old Kadir Ramo. They say that he is the man responsible in yesterday's shooting that left one person dead and another hurt. $2,000 now being offered to whoever can help police find him. CBS 21's Maxine Rose live outside of that store where that shooting happened yesterday with how the community is responding. What are they saying to all of this, Maxine? It sounds like it's a pretty tight-knit community there.
Yeah, absolutely. People here on South 4th Street say that they are just angry. Another word I heard was, just shocked. A lot of these people say that this area here, yes, tight-knit, I guess would be the word, but also, it's family friendly. So for something like this to happen has really shaken all of them up. And today, one woman tells me it just felt quiet here today, unfortunately.
Yeah, much different than what they usually feel around that area. I know you spoke with the owner of the market where that shooting happened. What did she tell you she saw moments before everything unraveled?
Today, Candace, she just broke down into tears telling me what had happened. She says that Kenyatta Henry, who unfortunately was shot and killed yesterday, was with his brother and the suspect inside the mini market. She said she saw them having a conversation, waiting for food. Everything really seemed normal until moments later when they left. And then the shots rang out. And she was there outside, calling 911 and saw as neighbors.
we kind of the same shit out here.
Live from central Pennsylvania,
this
is
the same
CBS 21 News at 6.
Damn.
I was happy that he surrendered, but I'm still not satisfied.
A heartbroken mother says she wants the man accused of killing her son and injuring his brother to feel the same pain that she's experiencing.
The suspect is 23-year-old Kadir Ramo, who turned himself in Monday. The shooting happening October 7th outside of a Steelton corner store. Thanks for being here at 6. I'm Joel D. Smith.
And I'm Candace Scalise, and tonight that mother is mourning the loss of her oldest son, 26-year-old Kenyatta Henry.
CBS 21's Maxine Rose welcomed into the home today for this exclusive interview and now joins us with what she heard.
I wonder what brought on this tragic event.
Small talk, something said. Like, you understand too, man. Like, as a glider, you can't imagine. Listen, when you leave Blackistan for a few years and you go back, it's hard to imagine how quick they'll kill each other. Like, you could go, like, say you just go to college or something, or you just, you know what I'm saying, you're secluded from Blackistan for a few years. You can even keep your exterior, your accent, your slang, and all that, but you got to be around them niggas to understand. Like, it could have been anything. It could have been like the lady behind, they were waiting for food, right? It could have been, I was here first. You took this order before me. You took this order before me. I was already in here. Or he could have got his food. He could order first. Like, I could order. Let's just say I order a fucking pizza, right? And fucking some wings. And you come in behind me and you order fries. And you get your shit first. In my nigga mind, I just got screwed.
Yeah, some insecure, low IQ stuff.
Yeah, I just got fucked over. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever see that? Did you ever see this? This is going to sound great and racist. Did you ever see that old footage of those experiments where they would have monkeys in cages? And they would have two monkeys in cages that are right next to each other. And every day, the guy would go in and give each monkey a treat. Mm-hmm. And then one day he goes in there and only gives one of the monkeys a treat. Mm-hmm. The other monkey chimps out like in a way you can't even fucking imagine. It drives them fucking crazy when they feel like they've been neglected or disrespected. They just they start screeching and pulling it, and apparently they don't forget it. Like they keep their eyes out for it, and they'll attack that other monkey another 2 days later. It's weird. Mm-hmm. That behavior of feeling wronged and just losing it.
Yeah, low IQ, like what you see on Twitter every day. Yeah, it is definitely low IQ. But the problem is that, like, we're not monkeys though. We're humans with low IQs, right? So we have the intelligence to be really violent. You know what I'm saying? We have the intelligence to be really, really violent. Our humanness allows us to be even more devious than the monkey. Where the monkey is just, you know what I'm
You
saying?
think it's a specific kind of intelligence or just a lower level of intelligence that you're talking about? Well, I'm not saying that to be
I
funny.
get what
I'm
you're
asking.
saying. No, I get what you're saying. I don't have all the answers, but that is a good question.
I mean, it is a gift. It is a genetic trait that would be beneficial in a lot of situations.
It serves you. Yeah, it serves you.
Yeah,
definitely. It serves
it's
you.
It's a capacity for killing and murder that is innate.
Yeah, it serves you when you're in a homogeneous environment with those people. If you're not homogeneous with them, like for instance, like white people have jails and criminal justice and shit like that. Like It doesn't
crosswalks
serve
and
us
stop
here.
signs.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't serve us here. It doesn't serve us here, but it would serve us in a homogeneous environment because, first of all, your life wouldn't be long. You wouldn't be living like fucking 90 years and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, people wouldn't be there wouldn't be a lot of shit. Like the dude who farmed, the farmer, his techniques would be fucking bullshit, so he wouldn't have a good yield. And then people would fucking steal his shit. So there wouldn't be a lot of shit being manufactured and made. So resources would be finite. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, it would be fucking, yeah, you would need to be aggressive.
It would be a dark place.
Yeah, you would need to be aggressive.
Kenyatta Henry's mother and sister tells me today that the hurt they're feeling will never fully heal after losing him to gun violence. His brother also shot that day at this corner store right behind me.
Honestly, I wish it was me because the pain, it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
It's a mother's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't even think I know who I am anymore. I'm
Wow.
just tore.
Nice
Think
Shiva.
about that, man. Think about
Two
that.
sons.
I found out my mom, she sent me some letters that my dad had wrote back in the day. Cause you know, my dad, and you know, she sent my daughter a gift for her birthday tomorrow. And in the gift and in the package, it was some letters that my dad sent me back in the early 90s and shit. When I was when I was a young man, and my mom, you know my story, my mom and dad met my dad in New York. They went back to Africa. They had me, and then she, something they weren't getting along. In the middle of the night, she got on a plane and came back to America with me, right? And he didn't know where we were, right? So one day, after like, I think I was like 12, 1990, so I would have been 12. I think she reached out to him to let him know, we were at, he started writing me letters. And, this is the first time I seen these letters. I had gotten letters from him, but they were handwritten. These letters were typed. So I never saw these letters before. And I was like, wow. And I was reading, my wife was reading them. He was like, he's like,
I'm gonna kill you, bitch, when I get back. That kind of, no?
No, he was sad. He was just like, how it was like, so sad. Like he didn't know where we were at. And he was just, he was wondering how it was and wondering where I was at and wondering where, what I was doing and all this stuff. Because it was like she literally, because in Nigeria in the 70s, she didn't want to go through custody because it's not like America. You know what I'm saying? It's African and shit, right? So she just left in the middle of the night. She was literally in bed with him. We were all in bed together, and then he went to sleep, and she snuck out, caught a cab to the airport, and left. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, and he was, and I had never heard that from him because when I met him, he doesn't talk. He's not a good talker. He doesn't talk. He believes that, like children ought to be seen, not heard. So when I was young and I met him, he didn't talk to me, right? He's man a few words. And then when I was older and I was around him a few times, been around him like maybe 4 times in my life. When I was older and I was around him, maybe 3, he still didn't talk. So we never really had a conversation, you know what I'm saying? But to hear those letters and how, he's a great writer, very good, very good writer, very expressive with his feelings and stuff, and how he felt. And I was just like, yeah, I mean? I was like, damn, that makes sense because, yeah, I would feel the same way too. If If I go to sleep tonight, right, and I wake up and my wife and my kids, you know what I'm saying, had moved, had just went to another state, and it's 1970s and shit, and there's no internet, and there's no, you know what I'm saying, there's no computers, there's no social media and shit, you know what I'm saying, I would be in despair too. So I was happy to see that he was in despair and he was, you know, hurting about it. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, it made me cry, man. And I'm not a crier. Well, I didn't cry, but a tear came up. I'm not a big crier, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, my wife, she was like, oh my, I can't believe a tear came to your eye. You never cry about nothing.
You know, it's so annoying when they do that too. It's like, just shut up, bitch. Just let it happen and let that moment pass. You don't need to be pointing anything out.
Yeah, but
I swear to God, that's why they do that. They want to. Oh, look at you, there's a little tear there. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But yeah, this is yeah. I can imagine this woman right here, the way she feels, man. And that shit just happened today. Like that shit happened like a few hours ago when I read those letters. When my wife actually read them to me, I was like, wow, that's crazy. This man who I'd never known and who I've been around two or three times in real life, you know what I'm saying, still didn't know him at all. And I'm hearing all this stuff about how he was just in despair when he woke up and we were gone. And all the years he was wondering where we were. He had no idea where, it wasn't like, it ain't like now, you know what I'm saying? It's the 70s. So, you know, he had no clue where we were. You know what I'm saying? So it was like,
how did he get a letter to her?
Well, I think I gotta ask her. I'm asking him. I think she reached out to him. But I ask her tomorrow when I talk to her. I think she reached out to him after all those years.
Did you only just found out about these letters? She's kept them all this time?
Yeah, I just found out about them today.
Wow.
Yeah. I got letters from him though, where he handwritten them, but I didn't see these letters. Mm-hmm. And but these letters, he was very emotional.
More open.
Yeah. He was very, very emotional about it. He never, like, he talked about the incident. We didn't talk about none of that stuff. When in the letters he sent me, it was just like, how are you? Tell me about yourself. What is going on? What schools are you going to? What's your favorite subject? Shit like that. This was like him pouring out his heart. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah,
but they were addressed to me. They were for me though. Yeah. Yeah, that's just crazy, man. Yeah, man. But it makes sense though. You should be upset if that happens. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
Yeah, man.
Anymore. I'm just tore.
Naishiba Burchell says losing her firstborn son, Kenyatta Henry, has been difficult while trying to stay strong for her 5 other children. He was their Yada, their WAP, their everything.
Kenyatta was our protector at home. He always made sure everything was taken care of at home. He loved his siblings.
I mean, a joke. He has a joke.
Why is niggas always funny, man? That's annoying to me, man. What else about your character, man? And listen, when I eulogize people, I have to, you know, take that into account too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I don't fall into that. You know what I mean? Oh, he's funny. Funny. Like, you gotta get more. Yeah, you about the character. You know, about their values. You know what I mean? About their, you know, what made them tick, you know, their hard work and those things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I don't wonder if that's low IQ too. Shout out to Roy Rodriguez. Said good morning. I wonder if that's low IQ too, just not being able to think of anything more thoughtful to say about somebody. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, there may also just be something as simple as like, who doesn't want to be thought of as fun or funny? You know, and it's kind of like one of the nicest things you can say about someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it can't be true for,
funny, though.
yeah, it can't be true for all of them.
Yeah, everybody's not funny. Like
He was really grouchy. He would darken a room every time he walked in.
Yeah.
But he's funny.
Everybody's not funny. Everybody's not funny. It's funny. It's funny is kind of rare too, but every black person's funny, which lets you know, like, that also says something. Like, you know what I mean? The level of the plane that interactions happen on. You know what I mean? The field, the which you know, conversations happen, the breadth of conversations, the depth of, you know, interactions, you know what I mean, between them.
I can't comment on it because I haven't had enough of those interactions.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like it just, if everybody's funny,
right?
You know what I mean? Is anybody like who's building the pyramids? You know what I mean? Like who's building America? You know?
If everybody's funny, who the fuck is shooting everybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's doing all the shooting? All these funny people.
Exactly.
Maybe they could have cracked a joke instead of
something raw. He gonna give it to you raw. Just anything. He's my big brother. That's who he is. My big brother. My superhero.
Henry was with his brother picking up things for the house at Steelton's Phoenix Mini Market on October 7th when he was shot and killed. His brother was also shot, but was able to call his mother. She tells me that call changed everything.
He just said, Mom, I don't think Kenyatta's going to make it. And I said, what do you mean? And I just started screaming and hollering. It's hard that I have a child that's gone. And it's hard to see that my son have to deal with the fact that his brother's gone. It's going to definitely change our whole entire life without having Kenyatta here.
Change your battery, honey. Oh, that was heartless.
Really? There was a chirp in there?
Yeah, there was.
Holy shit.
It's going to definitely change our whole entire life without having Kenyatta here.
That was the soundbite before, I think. It was definitely
everything. He
Yep.
just said, Mom, I don't think Kenyatta's going to make it. And I said, what do you mean? And I just started screaming and hollering. It's hard that I have a child that's gone.
Get ready.
And it's hard to see that my son have to deal with the fact that his brother's gone.
Shit. You know, I'm black. I can't hear it. I can't.
Well, it kind
hear
of throws you because you're also not in the room, so you're not thinking about their house or their space. I missed it the first time, but on the replay, I caught it.
Yeah, I damn, that's crazy.
I was watching a video of a guy who he's one of those rat exterminators who has his own YouTube channel, you know, and it's every one of his videos is him tackling some horrible rat situation. But in this one, he's in a Sun apartment complex, and he talks to so many people in the complex, and everyone. It was just a chirp fest, man. It kind of drove me nuts. It was every soundbite was chirp, chirp, and he would chop them together so that he could get something coherent out of these people, and there was just chirps going off all over the place. So they're infested with rats, and they got those ceiling birds chirping.
Damn.
It's going to definitely change our whole entire life without having Kenyatta here.
Yep.
And we also know that Birchall is trying to stay close to family right now. She says hold them close, and that is exactly how she is honoring Kenyatta. We also know that a funeral will be held for him tomorrow, right here in Steelton. Reporting live in Steelton, I'm Maxine Rose, CBS 21 News.
Thanks a lot, Maxine, for showing us what that family is really going through right now.
Yeah, raw emotions there. Maxine did mention that service that's taking place at the chapel of the Major H. Winfield Funeral Home in Steelton at noon. He is being remembered as an exceptional athlete and son.
And the man accused of killing Kenyatta Henry, like we said, facing charges of murder, attempted murder, aggravated assault, and the gun charges, taken into custody in Allentown and then transported back to Dauphin County.
It's like a rough character.
Yeah.
Shot 2 sons.
What she did was totally unacceptable, inhumane, disgusting. Exclusive tonight, we're hearing from a family member of Jacqueline Torres, the girl whose remains were found in New Britain last week. Her own mother arrested for her murder. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for Eyewitness News at 6. I'm Erin Connolly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie Simone. The heartbreaking developments in this case continue. Yaxie Garcia, the aunt to both Jacqueline and her mother, is now sharing intimate details about the family.
And your reporter Owen Kingsley sat down exclusively with her. He is joining us now live in New Britain. Owen.
A week since this memorial right behind me outside of the New Britain home where Jacqueline Torres' remains were found when this memorial began, now overflowing with balloons and trinkets from her father and mother.
What police revealed to us is that she was starved and abused.
Right.
What goes through your heart as a family member?
Disgusted. I'm thinking, what was this little girl thinking? Her last moments, how fearful she was.
In 1 week since the discovery of Jacqueline Torres' remains, we've learned she likely died about a year ago, and her mother, Carla Garcia, is accused of hiding her body since then. Yaxie Garcia is only 11 years older than her niece, Carla. She says she helped raise her, as well as Carla's sister, Jacqueline Garcia. She met Jonathan Nanita years ago when they began dating. She had heard from family that Jonathan had abused Carla.
He was beating on her, doing some crazy stuff to her.
Yaxie Garcia says Jacqueline Torres was largely raised by her father's side of the family, but Carla gained custody of her about 3 years ago, bringing her into a household with her and Jonathan.
When I found out that Carla had custody of Mimi, my jaw dropped, and I said, how?
Despite having gone on family vacations with one another, the family drifted apart in recent years. And Yaxie says Carla didn't let many people into Jacqueline Torres' life.
Sadly, I just found 2 pictures in my phone. She wasn't around our family.
Between that, being removed from New Britain schools, and Jacqueline's father moving out of state, Yaxie says that's how she believes the girl's disappearance went unnoticed since her death about a year ago.
I would have definitely asked questions. I would have made phone calls. I would have done anything that was in my power to find out what was going on.
On Tuesday, Carla and her sister Jacqueline, as well as her boyfriend Jonathan, all made their first appearances in court.
Those are not my nieces. Those are not the girls that I raised. They look crazy. Like,
Yaxie is the one who shouted from the gallery while Jonathan stood before a judge.
Get out of here, get out of here. Yes, that was me. Even if Carla or Jacqueline was the one who came out last, I was still going to have the same reaction that I had.
Which was?
Which was anger, the outburst. You're a baby killer. You're a pig. You're disgusting. I hope you get what you deserve.
I hope all baby killers get what they deserve.
Off Gaddis Road. There are unconfirmed reports several people may have been hurt in an alleged stabbing. We have a news crew headed to the scene and we'll bring you more details in a live report coming up.
Well, right now, a suspected gunman is on the run after shots are fired at a mansion in Macomb Township.
The owner of the home was wounded, and Fox News' Charlie Langton has been following this story. He joins us now live with the very latest. And Charlie, the victim, though, is he okay still?
Victim is okay. We do know that. We just confirmed that the victim is okay. The victim is this owner of this mansion right behind me, the 7,000 square foot mansion here in Macomb Township on 24 Mile Road. A little after 10 o'clock, shots ran. And I'll tell you what, the shooter now still on the run, but the sheriffs, they've got a few leads. Take a look at chopper video that we shot earlier today. The chopper video shows a crime scene. Macomb County sheriffs, you can see the detectives searching the ground. They're looking for gun casings and other evidence. The multiple markers that you can see on the front of the home near the horse, which is right in the front, would indicate that the shooting did take place outside of the home. Authorities, though, are not confirming exactly where the shots were at that time. Now, we can see there's also some boxes of evidence that were taken out and a vehicle. So, who owns this mansion? Well, the guy's name is Eddie Jawad. Now, friends say that he owns multiple gas stations, and he was recently this summer on Fox 2. We had him at a Macomb Township
Eddie
planning meeting
Jawad.
where he was he was arguing against establishing a Sheetz.
That's a nice fucking house, though, man.
That's a house fit for a Jawad.
Tell you.
Against establishing a Sheetz gas station on 23 Mile Road. It was right across the street from his own Sheetz place. He owns a number of properties around here on 24 Mile Road as well. All right. Let me just tell you, I just got off the phone with the sheriff, Tony Wickersham, trying to confirm a couple of some of the investigation. Here's what we know. There could be more than one suspect. The homeowner does not know the shooter or shooters. He is cooperating with authorities. And we also now find out for the first time that the homeowner here may have returned fire at these people. However, the reason for the shooting is still under investigation. Obviously, a lot of questions.
Gold-plated
to be
Glock.
answered. I am live here in
Fired
Macomb
back.
Township. I'll send it back to you.
To be clear, though, Charlie, the homeowner, the victim in this, he did own Sheetz gas stations or gas stations, and he opposed a Sheetz gas station, and could be obviously maybe perhaps surrounded with that or dealing with that conflict that may have led to this.
Yeah, he owns other gas stations. He did not own the Sheetz gas station. He didn't like the Sheetz because it's competition for him. But whether or not there's a relationship, though, between any of the Sheetz gas stations and his, we just don't know. The sheriff is still investigating. It's an ongoing investigation. Obviously, the only thing we do know is that they were looking for a dark SUV, which apparently went east on 24 Mile, which is that way. But that's all we know, at least at this time. But stay tuned. There's more to this story, for sure.
And you did say he was cooperating. So thanks so much for that, Charlie.
Well, a 22-year-old woman who was under arrest is charged with first-degree premeditated murder in the shooting of her own mother.
And the crime happened earlier this month at a home in Southfield. Fox News' Ingrid Kelly has the details tonight.
Southfield police detailing a shocking and deadly case of violence that happened in this house behind me on October 5th. Around 11:40 p.m., police responded to this home on Bainbridge Drive on reports of shots fired. Security camera video shows this woman, 22-year-old Riley Donaldson, out of Ohio, allegedly arriving to the home a short time before those 911 calls were made. The investigation revealed this is the home of Donaldson's mother, 45-year-old Ada Mae Simmons Jones, who Donaldson allegedly fatally shot several times before you see her quickly exiting the home and
she went over and shot the nigga mother. God damn.
Oh, it wasn't her mom? Whose mom was it? Whose mom was it?
Home on Bainbridge. Southfield police detailing a shocking and deadly case of violence that happened in this house behind me on October 5th. Around 11:40 p.m., police responded to this home on Bainbridge Drive on reports of shots fired. Security camera video shows this woman, 22-year-old Riley Donaldson, out of Ohio, allegedly arriving to the home a short time before those 911 calls were made. The investigation revealed this is the home of Donaldson's mother, 45-year-old Ada Mae Simmons Jones, who Donaldson allegedly fatally shot several times before you see her quickly exiting the home and driving away, leaving her purse behind. Inside the home, an elderly relative and a 3-year-old girl who police say is Donaldson's daughter. However, Simmons Jones had legal custody of her grandchild. After the alleged shooting, Donaldson went to Ohio for a couple of hours before driving to Detroit, where police say she was taken into custody on October 6.
Detectives set up surveillance and followed the vehicle to a CVS at the 7 Mile location in the area of Greenfield in the city of Detroit. The Chrysler 300 was backed into a parking spot in front of the store. Detectives observed our suspect Donaldson as a front seat passenger in the front seat of the Chrysler 300. Responding officers initiated a traffic stop of the vehicle, and Donaldson was taken into custody without incident.
Donaldson was arraigned and is being held without bond. Police believe child custody may be the root of this tragedy. Back in August of this year, year, Donaldson took her now deceased mother's vehicle and her child. Both child and vehicle were recovered in Ohio, but Simmons Jones decided not to press charges, asking that her daughter be hospitalized instead. Family members showed up to Tuesday's press conference but declined to comment. And as police continue their investigation, they tell us that the child is now in custody of her grandfather. Reporting in Southfield, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News. Back to you.
Well, now to a disturbing case of a young woman who was pronounced dead, placed in a body bag, only to be found alive hours later at a funeral home.
So nearly 5 years later, the civil trial for the family of Tamisha Beauchamp has been again delayed. Today, Tamisha's mother spoke out for the very first time. Fox 2 Scott Wolchek is live tonight. What did she say?
Hey, Brandon. Yeah, you know what? She talked about how much pain and how long this court case has been going. This has been 5 years. And Tamisha, you know, she was only 20 years old when basically she was having a medical emergency, right? Southfield, they sent some paramedics over to help her out. They performed CPR for quite some time. Eventually, she was pronounced dead, right? Ended up coming here outside of this funeral home, the James H. Cole Funeral Home, where people discovered she was actually alive inside of that body bag. Now, one of the things is Tamisha, she was a young woman who had, she was nonverbal. She had cerebral palsy, right? So she couldn't communicate maybe the same way that you and I do. So very shocking for the people who found it, very shocking and traumatic for her family. This thing has been dragged out. Trial was actually supposed to start in September, but because the city of Southfield has some governmental immunities, they are taking every advantage of that. 3 days before the trial was set to happen, they requested another extension to have the Court of Appeals take a look at this thing. Very, very shocking case. Take a listen to what everybody had to say.
To hear someone say your child is deceased, to later hearing she's not.
Wow.
That's devastating to a family.
Because of laws here in Michigan that give the government, and only the government, chance after chance after chance to avoid accountability, waiting until literally 72 hours before the trial was supposed to begin. It was postponed yet again. The third time at the request of the defendants.
So I just take one day at a time and pray that God just continue to give me the strength that I need to get through this, because I'm not giving up. I'm gonna go through the long haul, however long it take. She lived 20 years. If it take 20 more years for this to get heard in court, and God give me the breath, I'm there.
You heard that. That was a mother's love right there. Remember, Tamisha did end up dying just 2 months after the entire incident happened. She spent 56 days in the hospital. I did reach out to Southfield Fire. Of course, they can't comment because this is pending litigation. For now, reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Scott Wolchek, Fox 2 News. Brandon, back to you.
Look, Scott, this was a big deal when it happened 5 years ago, and it continues to resonate in our communities here. As far as moving ahead, what does this family hope to?
Jeez. Jesus Christ, man. So much fucking.
Sons can't catch a break, man.
I'm telling you, man. Jesus Christ. They don't get away with nothing. They get caught for everything.
Now at 10:30, ambushed, beaten, and robbed. An Orange County businessman is attacked by a group of men who held him at gunpoint. The shocking crime caught on video. The thieves yanked the victim out of his luxury car and then ripped away his high-end watch.
He was badly beaten, but says he's speaking out in hopes of preventing
Did they mention
others
the race
from
of the
becoming
victim?
targets of crime. Chris Wolf live in Irvine with the story. Chris.
Yeah, Micah, Cher, it's quite a story. It happened last night at this parking garage behind me as the victim was heading home. Authorities are now warning, be very careful about posting on social media because you could be leaving a trail of breadcrumbs leading criminals directly to you. Security cameras at an office building in Irvine capture a blitz as 3 hooded, masked, armed thugs ambushed their victim, pulling him from his driver's seat and beating him as he tries to put up a fight on the ground. The attackers repeatedly pistol whip the man as they snatch their prize and jump into a getaway vehicle off screen described as a light-colored SUV. So what were they after? The victim's Richard Mille sports quartz watch, valued at nearly $600,000.
Yeah, you wearing a $600,000 watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know what those look like too. Like they can spot those from like 100 yards away. They're like eagles.
He's lucky they didn't shoot him.
And they call it Richard Billy. They don't call it Richard Mille. They call it Richard Billy.
Yeah, he's lucky he's still alive. You'd think for that kind of money they just would have shot him. You know.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. And I know you're thinking like, why would they shoot? Yeah, they kill you. They kill you, man. $600,000 is shoot you for a Michael Kors watch.
$1,000.
Let's say they steal that watch. Where does that watch end up?
It depends, right?
Some
like
athlete buying it on the side, or who's buying a watch who's going to give them $100,000 for it, or somebody's going to get
Yeah, somebody in the hood. They could probably like fish around. That'll get them caught though. If they put it out like a flyer out like, yo, we got a Richard Mille, yo.
And you can't wear it because then you just get jacked.
Right. And the people they're around, like a big dog and the crew gonna get it. Like maybe it'll be like the crew watch for videos or something. They're wearing music videos or something. But yeah, like what you said is like, they're not gonna get 600. If they could sell that for $5,000, they would be.
But who does that go to? Is what I'm saying. What is the final destination? So it can't really go to a collector because or I guess it can go to a collector, but they can never show it out.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't think about it.
It'll go to a boxer or some rapper.
Yeah.
$1,000. He spoke to us from the crime scene, but does not want to be identified. He says the strangers immediately pulled up to his parking space, blocking him in, and then pounced.
I'm in the car. Yeah. I'm trying to hold the door with my both hands, and at the same time trying to figure out the lock button.
But you're nervous.
I'm nervous.
Most chilling is what we cannot hear because the footage is silent. The thieves were getting impatient.
The guy with the white hoodie was sitting right on my face and screaming, shoot him, shoot him. The guy with the black hoodie, he tried to clock the gun. I just heard clocking back and forth.
You think his gun jammed?
That's what I saw on the security footage.
Incredibly dangerous individuals. They were ready to shoot you.
Ready. I don't know how I'm alive right now.
A major misstep, however, may have been posting about that expensive timepiece on social media.
With social media, even if your account is private, you're still having other people view your social media. So if you're showing expensive items, it could draw the attention of a thief who wants to take that item.
Take a close look. One of the hooded culprits is not wearing a mask, which may have fallen off during the struggle. The victim is now putting up his own money, offering a $50,000 reward for any information leading to the capture of the 3 men who attacked and robbed him. Anyone out there with information should contact Irvine Police. Live in Irvine, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
Thank you, Chris.
Can't have nice things, man.
You'll see only on 5. A woman accused of being the mastermind of a dating app crime spree. The sinister scheme has now unraveled into a longer list of claims from people who say they were robbed by an OnlyFans model. Deputies say Adva Levy targeted older men to steal from them. But tonight, others are coming forward claiming they are victims too.
KTLA's Mary Beth McDade has been doing some digging on this story. She spoke with some of her alleged victims. MB.
Yeah, Mike and Cher, through our own investigation, we discovered that she allegedly not only preys on older, wealthy men, but people of all ages, as long as they have money, credit cards, and luxury goods.
I already post pictures of my bikinis on Instagram for free. Why not trying to make money out of my other pictures of my bikini and my feet?
She's appeared in Penthouse and Playboy New Zealand. She claims to be the first
Playboy
top
New
Israeli OnlyFans model, and she's known to drive a Porsche and a Mercedes. But behind all this glamour, Adva Levy,
Of my bikinis on Instagram for free. Why not trying to make money out of my other pictures of my bikini and my feet?
she's appeared in Penthouse and Playboy New Zealand. She claims to be the first top Israeli OnlyFans model, and she's known to drive a Porsche and a Mercedes. But behind all this glamour, Adva Levy is an accused serial burglar. LA County Sheriff's officials say she targets wealthy older men, poses as their girlfriend or companion on social media dating apps, and then burglarizes their homes. Authorities say she's victimized at least 10 men in Malibu and other parts of LA County. She apparently goes by several aliases, including Shoshana, Shayna, and Mia Ventura. Here's Mia appearing on Michael Sartain's podcast called Access Vegas, talking about needing a man who can provide.
Wow, these women are going on. She's going on podcasts, and she's still doing this shit. Wow,
Influencer criminal.
I wonder if she's been on Fresh and Fit or one of them shows like that. Wow,
Ripping
she out
off
here,
wealthy old Jews.
I'm telling you, man, she out here getting it, man. Hey, man, she's getting it. She's getting her money, and she's gonna get caught now. Thank God. These women right here, at least she's not drugging people. I'll give her that. She's not drugging people.
I need a provider, a supporter. I need someone strong and dominator because I'm very much of a strong female, so I need someone to be more dominant than me.
Michael tells us while appearing on this special election night show, she stole all the other female panelists' money and credit cards out of their purses, which were
Holy! Oh, they had their purses put up. Oh, okay. So this is where she did it. Okay.
show. She stole all the other female panelists' money and credit cards out of their purses, which were in the green room.
She got up at the 45-minute mark and she was gone for 20-something minutes and just went through everyone's bag.
Eden Lynn says she was one of the women who Mia stole from that night.
At some point, she went in there and stole from like multiple women, our credit cards, like IDs, cash, anything.
Eden tells us she confirmed Mia was the culprit by seeing multiple attempted charges Mia tried to put on her Amex,
In her
including
defense,
a
she's
hair
Jewish.
appointment at a pricey Beverly.
Yeah, you got.
You know,
Yeah, that's true.
you can't just. It's like leaving a nice freshly baked pie on a windowsill. You know, they just kind of float towards the cash, grabbling it.
Yeah, she's aggressive. And usually, I heard they usually like take over your financials. Well, that's cold blooded.
She's just short con. You know.
She left the show in the middle of the show with the stealing stuff.
Yeah, there's no way they'd suspect her.
That's a very, very tribal. She's a tribe member, man. Golly. she left the show when it stole everything too. Wow.
Honestly, I would have expected a sister to do that. You know.
Nah, I wouldn't expect the sister to do that.
Really, over an Israeli girl, you'd think that.
No, not this. This time, I bet my sister would have gotten an argument with one of these other girls and like pulled the race card or tried to fight or something like that. But stealing like this, a sister might steal one person. Like, you know what I mean? A sister might would have went in there and stole something out of one. But this fucking schnozzer stole everybody's stuff.
Very thorough.
And she stole all of that shit. That's crazy.
From like multiple women, our credit cards, like IDs, cash, anything.
Eden tells us she confirmed Mia was the culprit by seeing multiple attempted charges Mia tried to put on her Amex, including a hair appointment at a pricey Beverly Hills salon, where Mia booked the appointment under Mia Ventura.
I got in contact with the salon and the stylist she booked with, and they gave me the name it was put under. She sent me screenshots of the consultation FaceTime she did with her, and like the receipts in her text and everything.
She probably posted it on
Cody
social
Steele
media.
says he became one of Mia's victims while the two worked at an LA party company. A group from the company got hired to go to France to work a party and stay together at an Airbnb. He says while he and the others were out, she stole all their luxury items.
She decided to basically rob pretty much every person in that group of essentially anything marked with a designer label.
They called the French authorities and they made her return the items. Michael says Mia has been a fixture over the last few years at LA and Vegas clubs and charity events. And he says she's known to threaten her victims to keep them from going to the police.
She would threaten to file a false sexual assault charge or say that, you know, the guy offered to pay her money for sex or something to that
All
effect.
right, now I hate
According
her.
to jail records, Mia, aka Adva, was arrested for a felony in May and bailed out. It's unclear, though, if that arrest is connected to the alleged burglaries.
Like at this point, everyone knows she's guilty and she's still stealing stuff. This seems like a mental illness.
Well, detectives are now searching for more victims. And so if you think that you were one of them, you are urged to contact the LA County Sheriff's Department. For now, reporting live here in the newsroom, Mary Beth McDade. Send back to you guys in the studio.
All right, MB, thank you.
She cleaned out everybody.
Yeah, she's special, man. Jeez, that's the dark side of the goddamn juice food, man. Jeez,
she's an Israeli.
Efficient. Her efficiency is amazing, though. Like she steals everything. Like she don't just steal. She don't just like pickpocket you or grab some shit. She steals everything. She makes sure she gets all the stuff. Very efficient.
I don't know how you rob everyone at the show you're on. And did she hang around and finish the show? Or did she just leave? What did she do? It's like everyone's going to go, oh my God, my purse has been robbed. And hers is the only one that wasn't.
But she would pretend like she got robbed too, though. She would be the thief. She would be the first one. Oh my God. While I was gone from the show for that 20 minutes, somebody stole all this stuff.
It's another Israeli false flag operation.
Jeez. Yeah, something. I tell you, man. Oh shit. Yeah, my algorithm is starting to slow down, man. I think though that let me go to news. Oh man, we did that.
LaFonso Rochelle Carter says his questions remain unanswered.
Oh, my son meant everything. It was like my best friend, my buddy. You know, that's my son. That's all I have in this world.
Prosecutors charged Carter's friend, 20-year-old Philip Green, with 1 count of manslaughter. Green claimed the shooting was accidental and was released on bond.
For him to post bond, you know, that was kind of like a slap in our face. I mean, if he killed somebody, you should go to jail. Especially the way my son was killed.
But recently, Flagstaff police confirmed Green fled to Frankfurt, Germany. During a scheduled hearing on October 7th for the upcoming trial, police and a Coconino County prosecutor informed the judge that Green had reportedly taken off.
You know, Philip, he was supposed to take a plea deal roughly between 4 and 10 years. He opted out on that. And so now we're going to go to trial. That starts in February.
While waiting for justice, Rochelle Carter is now making a public plea for Green to return to face trial.
He needs to turn himself in, and he needs to tell the truth and do the right thing so we all can have peace. At least I like to know how my son was murdered.
We spoke with Green's attorney over the phone. However, he told us he could not comment on this case. Reporting live, Lindsay Regis, Fox 10 News.
Lawyers never want to talk about the case. Well,
man. Yeah, man. I'm gonna continue to work on this. I wanted to come out tomorrow, man. I want this thing to come out tomorrow, but I feel like I'm gonna have to push it back a couple days, man. Because as I'm looking over here now, it's like it's some things that the AI agent hasn't done yet, man. I'm hoping they can be done by tomorrow, man. Shit. Any final thoughts, Jimmy?
you know, we're going to be heading into the midterms next year, and you just kind of hope that someday the country might, when we look at crime and stuff, we hope that someday the country might be able to address the elephant that got robbed by the gorilla in the room. But
oh shit.
But until then, you got the same black crime.
Yeah, man.
Same black channel.
Same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Peace.